This is one of my favorites. It's called Bella Luna Earl Grey. It's by Adagio Teas, and it's kind of a coconut Earl Grey, and you can only get it during the full moon. I have an exciting weekend coming up, and I am looking forward to taking you to some of the events with me. They're both very unique for me. They will both be once-a-year events. The first one is a photography job, and it is this evening. I'm going to be getting ready for that soon. And the second one is one I've been wanting to attend for 2 years now, and it's going to be something I'm doing just for myself. This first photography job I have done for about 6 years in a row now, I think. Let's see how to describe this event. It is very unique. It is called Battle in the Saddle. It is team cow pinning, but it is not a professional rodeo. These riders are professionals in whatever area of the horse industry they work in, but most of them are not Western riders or do any kind of cow herding or animal herding of any sort. And it's that they aren't professionals that make it fun, because it's usually a lot of jokes, a lot of laughs, and it's pretty lenient with the rules. I don't know who the announcer is. I think he's been the same for as long as I've done it. And he does a very good job at keeping the crowd motivated and keeping the riders motivated too. It's one of those events that I really look forward to photographing each year, and I'm glad that they continue to have me back each year. Another reason I enjoy it is because I get to rent one of my favorite lenses, the Sony 7200. I just get all very excited when I get to use that lens. I cannot justify buying it because I only use it maybe twice a year, and this is one of those times. But the second event is coincidentally happening the day after, and I still get to have that lens for that event, which I am looking forward to. The pictures I can create so much with that lens. I will tell you about the second event in time, but first I need to get ready for the horse park. I need to get myself changed, get the cameras ready, get the batteries, everything I'm going to take, and I will see you out there. But in the meantime, be sure to get yourself a warm drink, maybe something cozy to eat, and join me for this vlog. I'll see you there. Made it. Now let's see if I can show you. Here's the situation. Cameras, bag, appropriate t-shirt. And we're heading to the barn. Usually what I do, I can see some of the horses here already, but what I typically do is do some getting ready for horses pictures before I head in and do arena pictures. right, all done. Yeah, that was a fun night. Like the announcer said many times, the riders are professional riders, but they're not professional cow pinners, which kind of makes it a fun night because it's all pretty casual and just full of jokes and fun. And it's a good fundraiser for the park. And I think this is probably my 6th time doing it, so I have a great time every time. And of course, the food was good too. Something I always look forward to. Feed your photographers, and they certainly feed me well. I'm looking forward to editing these and getting them back to them. All right, it's almost 10 o'clock. It's like 9:45 or so. So, looking forward to going home now. I'll see you tomorrow. Good afternoon. I slept a good long while this morning. I think the only thing that really got me out of bed was thinking about this cup of tea. This evening I am doing something I haven't done in recent memory. I am taking myself out for a solo treat. It's going to be a very fun evening at the horse park again. There is something going on this evening called the Lantern Festival. And I've known about it for the past 2 years, but I've always had a wedding on the day it happened. And I would have had a wedding today, but as we know, the associate photography isn't happening right now, so I get to go to the Lantern Festival. I am determined to keep it low stress, which is kind of causing me stress, as it goes. But I know I want to do some photography for myself. I want to do some video, of course, because I definitely want to take you all with me. I think this is going to be beautiful, and I hope that some other people can experience it. I'm trying to decide what I want to do for food arrangements. I know there's going to be food trucks there, but last time I relied on food trucks, I didn't really like the selection. At least there wasn't a whole lot that I could get. What I think I will do instead is go to this place called the Mousetrap. They serve a delicious variety of food, and they'll pack it up into little containers and you can take it on a picnic, which is what I'm planning to do. People are allowed to start arriving at 5:30. They suggest getting there early to get a good spot. But before I get started with any of that, I haven't even had breakfast yet. So I'm gonna get that on, and I hope that you have gotten yourself a cozy cup of tea, maybe something delicious to eat. And I am so excited to bring you along with me this evening. All right, here's cheers. Let's go. here's what we've got going on. I am taking a picnic blanket. I don't have a lawn chair, so this is gonna have to do. I put the camera on a strap instead of taking the bag or the belt. I think this will be more comfortable. I am only taking this lens. I am getting out of my comfort zone and not taking a wide angle lens. I do have the phone, but I will try to just, for photography, I'm just gonna stick with this. The fun part is trying to figure out everything that I could possibly need to survive just a few hours sitting in the sun. I've got a little tiny tripod just in case I want it. Extremely important essential sunblock, SPF 50, hairbrush and hair ties, bug spray, antibacterial gel. I have my sketchbook in here, thought I might draw, so pencil and possibly an eraser. My water. Parking is $10 in addition to the ticket, so I'm gonna get rid of this ratty $10 bill that somebody wrote on. And I am also packing all of my food and a little ice block in here. So I'm gonna have enough hanging off of me, that's for sure. I don't know why I'm so nervous. I have been getting nervous about this. Like, you'd think that I would not get nervous about doing something just for myself and just going to have fun, but I'm nervous. So I think just going ahead and getting ready will alleviate that. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do. I know you can do it. What should I call this look? Panicked photographer tries to go do something on her own for once. But this is what we're rolling with. Okay, let's go have fun. We're here. And yeah, there is a lot of people already. Not too many, I suppose, but more than I thought there would be. I imagine a lot of people are going to set up underneath the trees, but I want those as my background. I don't want the stadium as my background, so I'm going to go to the stadium to set up. Okay, I am set up, sort of. Found me a spot. I think this will work okay. So, I've got a tote here. Let's see. The lantern stuff is in it, so let's see what is here. It's got the little lantern tools. Scavenger hunt coupon. Oh, a card game. I guess it's just a regular card game, not like one of those, conversation topic card games. Yeah. Oh, another card game. That's pretty. Oh, this is a conversation card game. Oh, that'll be nice. I think. Oh, here's the candle for the lantern. Cute little bitty Sharpie for decorating. Well, I got an extra tote out of the deal too, so it's nice and large. Well, I guess I'm just settled in here for now, and I'll get to decorating my lantern. is about 6:45. Finished decorating my lantern. It's very cute. I guess I should share what I got at the Mousetrap. This is a grilled halloumi cheese and tomato. There's kale and quinoa salad. I'm looking forward to this one. And some not very appetizing looking, but very tasty Mediterranean bean salad. That was an evening very well spent. I am so glad I did that for myself. Why was I so nervous? I don't know, just someone who likes to be prepared for everything. I haven't been to any kind of event like that before where it was just so picturesque, and oh my goodness, the weather was, it couldn't have been better. It was an amazing first experience there. It was just the right amount of people. There weren't too many, there weren't too few. I really enjoyed my picnic. I would have liked to have checked out some of the food trucks, but I just decided that I should stay with all of my stuff. There were some families, but it seemed to be more of a young 20s crowd that I was mostly noticing out there. During the time I was taking pictures, I was just full of all this excitement at what I was seeing in the viewfinder. And I just couldn't believe the color I was seeing from the lanterns and from the reflecting sky on the lake. I think my highlight of the evening was I launched my lantern and then I didn't really pay attention to where it went or how far it was going. I kind of knew that it was going off in a general direction to the right. So I just proceeded to take pictures for another 10 minutes, and then I just happened to look around to see if I could find it again, and I did. I couldn't believe I found it again. It was just kind of floating out there, maybe, I don't know, 30 feet away by itself. And it had turned, so it had kind of shown me the message that I wrote on it. So it was like it was just like giving me one last wave before it headed out with the other lanterns. And just to see it out there, like if I wasn't so in the zone with the photos and with all the people around me and kind of all the noise, I probably would have started to cry to see it out there. Another thing I wanted to say before I bid you goodbye is that I was noticing how beautiful the light is now in my house during this time of year. It seems like within the last 2 weeks, maybe 3, it's gone from no sunlight in my house to all of a sudden having plenty of early evening sun in my countertops in my kitchen. That only happens during the early autumn, winter, early spring months. And having sunlight in the house is something that I always enjoy. And something about it coming through the windows and shining on the surfaces and just making the room glow makes everything seem so much more homey and cozy. And that it happens during the cold months of the year, it will really bring in that extra dose of serotonin that can be much needed in the darker months. So I'm excited that that's happening. And it also means that it is probably time I start focusing on autumn decor. Maybe I'll be doing that next time I see you. So until then, I hope you enjoy plenty of warm cups of tea and cozy food, and I will see you again soon. Oh, and see if you can take yourself out this week. Let me know how it goes.